So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry now for Jaleel McLaughlin. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
Well, these two teams, they met up in Denver earlier this season with the Broncos winning that one. So if they can win again here in KC, they would pull off the season sweep. Working out of the gun is Nix. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10.
To throw is Nix.
He sets to fire deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
This defense for the Broncos, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
The Chiefs coming in looking for win number 10 on the year. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
But you look at this Bronco defense.
They were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
57 colors, 57 colors. Attack!
They go play action. Now Mahomes.
He'll get this complete to Worthy.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, it's Pacheco.
And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
That's caught right side by Worthy.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce.
And Kelsey's going to have a Chiefs first down as he'll take this down inside the 45. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43.
Pacheco gets it and tries the left side.
Trotty! And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
48 yards rushing for him on their opening drive of the contest, and it's now 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Slot man moves right.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Flushed out right. To the right side, it's Kelce. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone. And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Off the play fake, Nix. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Inside the 10.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick 6.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Reese. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 10-0 the score after one on EA's Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw, here's Nix. Throw left side complete. That's McLaughlin. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
And this offense has been a little slow to get going, but some signs of life here in this second quarter. They're moving it pretty good. And that helps the cause as well. Good yardage and another first down.
Here's Nix. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Nix to the air. That's into the hands of McLaughlin. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Now it's Nix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Nix looking to throw again. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing Nix. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the put.
Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Riley Moss.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Back to throw. Nix. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Reese. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
From the gun, it's a run with Perkins. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Mahomes now to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Running left to give to Pacheco. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Yellow, yellow. Yellow, yellow. Right side.
On play action, it's Mahomes.
And that's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
61-yard attempt.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, but there is a flag down. He might... Shot at this. Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down.
Yellow.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Yellow. Right side.
Now Mahomes.
They'll set up the screen to Pacheco.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Attack, attack. Right side.
Now it's Mahomes again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, this from 37. Butker's kick here is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. So it was 4th down and 1 in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little bit surprised that that's exactly what they decided to do. I kind of thought that they would go for it in that situation. But sometimes I'm sure you just think to yourself, take the 3 points, put them in your pocket, and move on.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
The Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing after the interception. Nix looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reese. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Over the middle, complete. That's Franklin. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 46. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. We'll start the drive here with Pacheco. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Yellow.
Pacheco gets it again on second down.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
15.
Mahomes going to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 42. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
The man in motion is Brown.
He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Yellow. Color.
And again, it's Mahomes. He's going deep for Brown. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Extra point by Butker is on target,
and the lead is up to 18 now. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
and a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Throwing to start the drive. Nix. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
He'll get that complete to Franklin.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 49 yards.
And the Broncos are able to cut into that deficit.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. 63 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Pacheco gets it again on second down.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Yellow. 15.
They go play fake. Mahomes. A bullet throw, but incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here.
At their own 15-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
To throw is Nix. Throw left side complete. That's Franklin. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. The give is to McLaughlin. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
There on the stop was Leo Chanel.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
From the gun on third down, Nix. This is Reese on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Nix from the shotgun.
Eluding the pressure right.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Oh, and that's kind of how it's gone for him so far. That was a ball they need to get back in this game. A quick strike, a big play. But he led his guy too far, and it winds up over his head.
Third quarter action from Kansas City. Second down and 10. Working out of the gun is Nix. That's taken in by Franklin.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McLaughlin. Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be second down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Nix to throw again.
He finds his man complete. It's McLaughlin. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
To throw, here's Nix. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board.
Here's Nix.
He finds his man, complete. That's Reese. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Back to the air with Nix.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Nix to the air.
Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. From 8 yards out.
And the Broncos have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
So now a big play here as the Broncos will line up to go for 2.
The Broncos will line up for the two-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll check this one down to Pacheco.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Here's Perkins on first down.
Taken down at the 42.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. The offense on third down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 4th down.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down. So you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, guy, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. They'll run for it with Pacheco. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive.
The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome.
And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to pump the ball. They've done so with that first run.
2nd down and 6 now. Operating from the gun, here's Nix.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now it's Nix.
And Diggs has it.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throwing Nix.
And that is incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job controlling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
The Arrowhead crowd in full roar. Here's 3rd down.
They'll look to throw again.
Finding Sutton.
And some room to maneuver. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Back to throw.
That's into the hands of McLaughlin. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Back to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Chiefs have just about sewn up this football game. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Mahomes to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. You hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
They'll go for it and run a little touch pass here. And he will have a Chiefs first down. And that's the one that should seal the victory.
That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Attack, attack.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. He'll buy some time right.
Finds his man, it's Kelsey on the crossing route here.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Yellow. I don't need to. I don't need to.
Back to throw. Mahomes.
That's into the hands of Worthy.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Now Mahomes. Flushed out right. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Attack, attack. Hey, 43, 43, 15.
To throw is Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
We all just got a heck of a
I came